one thing that gets on my nerves, and I don't really think it's true, and I think that these people don't really have an education. They just kind of want to believe what they wish to believe, is that these animal rights people who think that man was never an omnivore, rather we were just vegetarians. I will admit we're omnivores. I will say that we're not meat eaters. The Neanderthals were total meat eaters because obviously during the glacial periods of northern Europe there was no fruits and vegetables to eat, which I would not be surprised is one of the reasons why man is an omnivore. If you look at our us, we have feet for walking, which is, if you think about it, a trait of a nomad. We as humans are nomads, and since we are nomads, we can walk very long distances. We have more endurance than a lot of animals do. That's why we sweat. Sweat is our cooling system. A lot of animals don't have that. And by us walking, we're nomads, and likely I would say we as humans were a nomad that was forced upon, as in maybe our environment was destroyed and we were forced to go elsewhere. Thus we had developed feet so we could walk out of to find a new home. With that said, a nomadic diet would be benefited better with an omnivore diet, which is versatile, versus a purely, strictly vegetarian diet. I mean, one thing is, I'm confident that the cholesterol and fats of meat, in particular, say fish, because fish has some cholesterol and omega-3 fats. Our brain is made out of cholesterol and omega-3 fats. So I'm confident that our evolution of a strong mind is related to the actual meat intake, in particular fish. Our diets, I would say, parallel that of a bear. I'd say a lot of fruits, fish. I mean, if you want to eat how we should eat, the best way to start is to eat like a bear. A lot of berries, fish, nuts, pretty much anything. And it's a very efficient diet because you get the best of both worlds. And you have to realize that our brains are made out of cholesterol. And as soon as we had a cholesterol diet influence on us, I believe that, yes, it gave us a reason for evolution of our brains to start. You have to realize if evolution is real, as we intelligent people like to believe, then the natural selection would only come up in an environment that would best fit the circumstances. As in, you would not get say if you're in a starvation mode, you're not going to get a genetic mutation to grow 3 times the size, because that will therefore detriment and put you into a risk of starvation because of more excessive nutrients needed. So once we had a relative amount of cholesterol in our diets, I think it gave a switch, because I believe evolution is done by switches, and that you switch a high-fat and high cholesterol diet of humans versus, say, our chimps or our ancient relatives, gave us a reason for our head to get larger. Another thing is, what scientists continually seem to talk about is that the evolution of humans may be directly influenced by one thing that we have a lot more of, is DHEA. It's a hormone that increases. It's in our body, and we have much higher amounts. It's highest during puberty, and puberty is the time that our brains grow, or everything grows, our sexual organs grow, and it's believed that since we have so much higher levels of this DHEA, that's the reason why we both have a larger size, a larger brain, and more developed sexual characteristics than chimpanzees. With that said, DHEA is directly created from cholesterol. Then DHEA can be converted to testosterone, estrogen, which are the sex hormones. Both DHEA and testosterone are both believed to directly increase brain size. That is one reason why males tend to have a larger brain size. And the reason why males, if you notice, as I stated, during puberty, around age 12 to about, say, 18, 19, it's when DHEAs are the highest. They're higher in males and females. That's the exact time period when males' brains grow, and as do humans, for the most part. And so DHEA is in cholesterol. That also gave us a reason to have it in the diet. So with that said, then yes, I don't think we could be where we are without a meat diet. Not saying we're totally meat eaters, but we are at least omnivores, and I'm willing to admit that. And I would hope that any vegetarian who's intelligent would admit that. As I have some friends who are vegetarians, who are animal rights, may I add, they don't force their beliefs on other people. And they believe we are omnivores, and that they believe that they just chose this diet out of their own good, which is their choice. And it's understandable, but they're at least intelligent enough to admit that we are omnivores. And the human existence is often in many northern areas where there are no fruits and vegetables, so you have to admit we are an omnivore. And I think any intelligent, honest vegetarian can at least admit we are omnivores. Now, with the whole thing, for instance, we have larger brains than chimpanzees. We eat more meat. Neanderthals have bigger head sizes and brain sizes than humans. They ate even more meat than us. Does that not say much about meat and the cholesterol within meat, creating a larger brain size? The cholesterol within meat is not in vegetables. There's no cholesterol in vegetables or fruits. In fact, there's fiber in vegetables and fruits, which causes a decrease in absorption of cholesterol, which is maybe one of the reasons why. So we had a higher intake of cholesterol, allowed our brains to develop in size. May I remind you that when people have low cholesterol, the result of or symptom of low cholesterol is in fact depression. Our brain's made out of cholesterol. When our brain is starved of nutrients, the end result is depression and anxiety and mental disorders. Perfectly logical. I think if anyone who really thought about it would start to realize that. Instead, we would rather just say, oh, well, the reason why I have a mental disorder is because I don't have enough Prozac. In reality, it's really something probably more simple as a low cholesterol or low blood sugar problem, or it could be the opposite, too high. But nonetheless, I think that people underestimate the power of cholesterol. Cholesterol directly makes the synapses and neurotransmitters within the brain, as do proteins. The omega-3 fats are directly influenced in the brain. The omega-3s are really not in plants. I know you people probably thought the flax seeds, and heard something like 95% of human beings don't have the enzyme in the body to convert the flax seeds into omega-3s. Also, you have some interesting other things. One, DHEA, as I stated before, increases thyroid. Thyroid is involved with intelligence. Cholesterol directly influences the thyroid, as does protein. Again, meat products. Fish also has selenium, which you don't have so much in vegetables, which directly increases thyroid. There's a lot of versatility within the omnivore diet that has allowed us to get where we are, and that versatility is not within the total vegetarian diet. And as I am right here in the cold of New York, right now it's 25 degrees out, maybe even cooler, or for your European fellows, I guess about 3 negative Celsius. And let me try and look for food here. So it's only the end of November, it's not even the worst month, and you're not going to find shit, and you would be forced to eat meat, and I'm sorry, but the truth is it's omnivorism. And the fact is, most of you animal rights people who are so obsessed with it live in your little cities and don't even know what the fucking animal is. And the only time you see an animal is probably when it's a rat. So go fucking live in the real world for a little while and don't depend on humans. And then let's see you try and find some fucking fruits and vegetables to eat here. Because you won't. So let's go put you in the middle of the woods in Siberia and see if you can find some vegetables and fruits to eat. We'll show you what an omnivore diet